And here it is, at long last, Toy Dude 1984's 100th video review. I'm really excited for this, but before I do anything, first off, I want to thank my 125 subscribers. I really appreciate all the 125 people who have subscribed to me. You guys are the reason I do videos, and you guys rock. I'm really thankful to all of you. Thank you very much. So, with that said, let's get on with it. My 100th video review of what is, in my personal opinion, the best figure of 2010, Hunt for the Decepticons, Leader Class Starscream. I should warn you beforehand, this video review is basically just going to be me gushing about this guy, because this guy, as of yet, is my favorite figure in my entire collection, which is saying something because I have some really awesome figures, but as of yet, this guy is my favorite figure because I think he's just an epically awesome, amazing figure. I'll get that right out of the way. You will recall in my 99th video that I said that this was going to be of some personal significance to me, my 100th video review, I mean. And if you want to avoid a long story of how this guy is sentimental to me, I'll post an annotation in one of the corners to skip forward so you can watch the actual review. But anyway, the reason this guy is significant to me is not really because of the toy. It's because of the character that it represents, because Starscream always was my favorite character, and that dates back to the Armada days. And when Armada went off the air, I kind of just grew out of Transformers. Energon didn't really interest me, and I didn't find out about Cybertron until after I saw the first movie, so the Unicron trilogy pretty much ended with Armada for me. But lo and behold, in 2007, they released a live-action Transformers movie. I go in, and the only thing I'm concerned about is, do Starscream right. And they did, and really, I thought it would be really cool to have a representation of Starscream, so I went to my local Walmart, and they didn't have what at the time was the only representation of Starscream, which was the subpar 2007 Voyager Starscream mold. But they did have the deluxe Bone Crusher mold, and I was a really big fan of Bone Crusher in the movie too, so I decided to pick him up, and basically my collection grew from there. I mean, everything you saw in my previous video, pretty much 95% of that was collected in the last 3 years. So basically, Starscream is the one that got me back into Transformers, and that's why this toy is of personal significance to me, because it is the most accurate, the best version of Starscream from the live-action movies. Anyway, with that aside, on to the review. Here he is in jet mode, a really nice jet mode, pretty big. I'll compare it to a Scout class figure, Cybertron Scattershot. So you can see, pretty big. Not as big or as long as Revenge of the Fallen Leader class Jetfire, but still pretty big. Does have a couple of features. He does have a button right here, right by the cockpit. It's a purple Decepticon symbol. And if you push it once, you'll get a voice which says "No one can defeat Starscream." That comes into play later in robot mode. But if you press it twice, you get a jet flyby noise, which is pretty cool. He does have some landing gear, which actually do roll, so you can simulate takeoffs, which I think is nice. You can flip them up, like so. Flip them up. He does have these missiles right here, which you can take off. They just attach via these little ports right here. He does have a missile launcher right here that you can flip forward. You can insert the missile like so. And you can fire it out. It doesn't fire at the greatest rate of force, but it still does fire pretty nicely, so it's okay. I'll go ahead and take these off for later. And you can, if you want, just leave that flip back, or you can just pull it off if you want, which you're going to have to do for transformation, which I'll get into right now. I will warn you, because of the size of this guy, there might be some sections in this video where his transformation just isn't seen, but there are plenty of reviews that show his transformation in full. So anyway, we'll get on with it. First off, what I usually do is I usually go ahead and lay these pieces flat, and flip these pieces forward, and then flip this whole section back like so. And then you want to go ahead and untab his legs, like so. And they are on really tight tabs. Then you want to rotate them down, like so. Then what you want to do is you want to go back here. You want to take the arms. You want to flip them back, Then what you want to do is you want to rotate this piece up, like so. Oh, please be quiet. Anyway, then you want to, first off, you want to go ahead and pull these pieces out, and they'll spring back, like so. Then you want to bend this piece upwards, rotate it. Then you want to push it forward like so. Do the same on this side. Rotate it upwards, push it forward, and then push it down like so. Then you want to take this piece, you want to flip it forward. Do the same on this side. Take that piece and flip it forward. Then you want to go ahead and flip those panels up like so. Then you want to you want to rotate this piece up, and then you want to something is not allowing me to do that. Oh, okay, there we go. Anyway, then you want to there's a tab right here and a slot right here. You want to push that in, and then there's a first off, you want to go here. You want to flip these pieces up like so, and they should come up all the way. There we go. Flip them up like so. Tab that in, and then this little gray piece right here, there's a little slot right here. I'm going to tab, and you want to tab that in like so. Do the same on this side. Rotate that up, flip that piece out. Then you want to tab it in, and tab it in like so. Then you want to, this can be kind of tricky. What you want to do is there's a little piece right here that's actually, it looks like it's all one piece, but it's actually a flap that you have to transform separately. What you want to do is you want to kind of get it up, and it's really hard to get out. It fits in really snugly. There we go. You want to flip it back. You can use it to latch this this back piece in place. Then you want to rotate this down, and then you want to bend this piece forward, and then bend it around and forward like so. And then you want to slot the cockpit into this cavity right here. And then you want to rotate the legs around. Then you want to bend this piece back. He does have the double jointed knees, so you can get him in the chicken-like stance. I usually go ahead and do it all the way. I've seen a lot of reviews where it's kind of half done, but I usually go ahead and do it all the way. Then you want to take this piece back, and take this piece. You want to flip it all the way back like so. Take this brown piece right here, flip it forward. Then take this black piece, flip it out as a heel spur, like so. Then rotate that around. Do the same on this side. Flip that piece forward, flip that up, flip that black piece out. Then rotate this piece right here all the way around. And for some reason, there we go. Rotate it around like so. Then let me adjust the camera. Put it over a book. And then you want to rotate his arms around. Then you want to flip out his hands, flip out the thumbs. Do the same on this side. Rotate his arms around, flip out his hands, flip out the thumbs, and get him to stand properly. I usually go ahead and angle these down a little bit, and actually that should come forward a little bit more. I usually go ahead and angle these down a little bit. You can flip them all the way up if you want, but I usually go ahead and angle them down because I think it looks a little bit cooler. And there you have Starscream in robot mode. Now, as I was saying, the Voyager representation, that was okay. It didn't really look much like the actual movie Starscream. And then came the Voyager mode from Revenge of the Fallen, which actually did a pretty decent job of looking the part, but this guy just nails every single detail that the on-screen computer model had. It's just epically awesome looking. It looks almost exactly like Starscream from the movie. Just epically awesome. All it's really missing is just the circuitry detailing, and you pretty much just have a perfect representation of Starscream from the movies. Really nicely posable. You can rotate his head. It doesn't rotate upward, but that's really okay because that's just due to the gimmick. It does also have a kind of an armpit joint, I guess you would say. It also does I don't know if you can tell, but it actually does have this little piston right here, which is nice. You can rotate at the shoulder, bicep swivel, elbow joint, yeah, that's right, elbow joint. His wrists go in and out. You can pose his thumbs and his 3 exterior digits as one. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Anyway, he also does have a joint right here, which is really nice. It comes in really useful when you're posing him. It does really nice. He does have ratcheted legs, ratcheted hips, I should say. Ratcheted hips, they go forward, they go in and out. Like I was saying, double jointed knees. His feet can actually be posed a little bit. If you flip this piece forward, they can rotate down and a little bit upward, and his 2 toes can be posed on either foot. So pretty good posability. Not the best. I really wish that they had worked in a waist joint. I know that is a lot to ask for, but I do think that would have been really nice if they had added a waist joint. I think that would have made his posability absolutely perfect. And maybe put these wrists on ball joints. I saw that Frenzy Rumble did a custom of this guy where he had ball jointed wrists, and that really helped a lot. I am sorry that I am kind of rambling somewhat. I am trying to get a position that's comfortable to shoot this review. But anyway, he does have a couple of features. There are some little, first off, I guess I'll start with the Mecha Live gimmick. What you want to do is you want to pull on this red piece on his cockpit. And his mouth will move up and down a little bit. It's actually capable of a little bit more motion, but just due to the power of the pistons, they're pulling it back. It only goes upward so far. And I do like that they actually added these pieces moving. They didn't have to do that, but it is really cool that they did. And he does have some very nice red eyes, which are really nice. You can't, obviously, just due to the electronics, there's no light piping, but it's still really nice. Those red eyes just look absolutely amazing. They're really cool. Anyway, as I was saying, it also does, let me back this camera up a little bit more. There we go. He also does have an ability on either arm. There's a little red switch right here. What you want to do is when you flick it, on his left arm, some missiles will flip up. On his right arm, you do get the machine gun they used in the first movie. So pretty cool gimmick right there. And it does kind of make up for the lack of wrist articulation, but still I would have liked wrist articulation. I do think it's a really nice gimmick, and I do think that they pulled it off rather well, but I still wish that they had found a way to incorporate it with a wrist swivel, but it's okay. He also does, with the missile launcher, what you can do is you can flip the hand all the way back up. There's a little post port right in his hand, and a post on this missile launcher, so you can pose the missile launcher on his hand. I usually put it on his left arm, just because it is the one with the missile, so I think it makes a lot more sense than having it on the arm with the machine gun. You can also insert the missile, and I know a lot of people complain that it actually looks kind of silly like that, but I do recall a scene in the first movie during the final battle where he's chasing down Ratchet and Ironhide, where he does have a giant missile sticking out from this, whoops. Obviously, it can still fire. I should mention that right now. Where he does have a larger missile sticking out from the rest of the missiles. So, I guess it is film accurate. I do kind of agree. I do think that maybe if the missile had been a little bit shorter, it would have looked better. But, oh well. Nice try at film accuracy, though. And it does, obviously, as I said, still fire. For some real quick size comparisons. I've been going on this, haven't I? First off, here he is next to Megatron, and this is one of my only complaints about the figure, because he is a little bit taller than he should be, because, you know, I do like my Transformers to be in scale, but I really wish that maybe if they had given a little bit more articulation to the knee so they could bend down just a little bit lower, it would have been fine, but that's a very minor complaint, so... Really, you know, it's probably not going to bother you, but it does bother me just a little bit. Also, here he is next to Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime. So you can see that's fairly accurate scale. I do remember Prime and Starscream being just about the same height. And obviously, when he doesn't have his bent over legs, he's a lot taller. So if you want a taller Starscream than both Optimus and Megatron, you can do that. And also for a standard size comparison, here he's next to Bumblebee, which is perfect scale, I recall. He's about that scale in the movie, which is nice. And also, just for fun, here he is next to Universe Starscream. So, Starscream then and now. So really, really cool. So yeah, overall, cannot recommend this thing enough. It is absolutely awesome. I think that you're going to enjoy this figure no matter what kind of Transformers you like. Whether you like G1, whether you like the Unicron trilogy, whether you like Beast Wars or Beast Machines or whatever. You're just going to love, love, love this figure. So there it is, my 100th video review. Again, thanks to all my subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, I did forget. Sorry. I did forget, when you press this purple button right here, it will make a transformation noise. I'm not really sure what that's for, but oh well. You can use it if you want. Anyway, as I was saying, thanks to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And then again, Happy New Year. And please subscribe, as always. This is Toy Dude 1984 signing out and saying peace. I'll talk to you later.